Okay, we're going to go over a few pipetting skills. Here's a pipetter. The first thing to do is look at the volume range, 100 to 1,000 microliters. Okay, it's currently set on 400 microliters. It shouldn't go below 100 or above 1,000 or you'll break the pipetter. Now to put on a tip, we don't want to put on a tip too hard. We just want to go in and gently tap that tip until it's on solidly, but not too solidly. What students do is they push too hard. Then when they go in and try to use the ejector to eject it, it doesn't eject. Okay, then they grab the tip, yank it out, pull out the housing, and destroy my pipetter. So just a little bit of a gentle tap on there is all we want. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a solution. I'm going to go down and I'm going to get the solution. The way this works is you want to hold it this way. Take your thumb on top. There are 2 stops, 1, 2. To suck, we just go down to the first stop, put it in the solution, gently pull up, pull it out. To expel, we go down to the second stop, keep that thumb down, and pull out. So here's my solution. I go down to the first stop. I gently suck up all the way from the first stop. Notice no air bubbles, nothing. That's really good and full. And to practice pipetting use, then we just kind of gently put this on a piece of parafilm. Got a nice big spot on there. And then we go into the first stop and don't go too hard on there. And we suck that up gently to get it off. Now I'm going to put the parafilm on the scale. I'm going to tear the scale. I will get another pipette tip. Okay. And then I'm going to get 400 microliters, and we're going to get the mass of 400 microliters. So I basically get that, take it in solution, put it on the scale, and you can record that mass of 400 microliters in your manual. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate procedure 3 of the polymerase chain reaction lab. For this lab, then, we are going to mix up the ingredients for the PCR. We have several ingredients over here. We have water, we have master mix, we have reverse primer, we have our forward primer, and we have our DNA taken from the Sphingomonas species of bacteria. I'm going to place all of these into this very small tube. So this is a 0.2 milliliter PCR tube. These then are a lot bigger. These are 1.5 milliliter microcentrifuge tubes. Now we always start with the biggest volume first, and so, or large volumes. And so I'm going to set this at 20 microliters. We will start with our water, and we will then take our water and we will place it into our microcentrifuge tube. So I'll gently add a pipette tip. We'll take our water here. We can look, eyeball it, make sure that that's about 20 microliters. And then we will put that down in the bottom. I keep my thumb down as I bring that up. And we have our 20 microliters. And I'll get rid of that tip, get a brand new tip. Our next one, then, I'm going to adjust this to 25 microliters. I will then take my master mix, tap it down a little bit. For the master mix, then, I'll put in 25 microliters. And then I'll just make sure I go down to the second stop, take that out so that everything is out of my tube. Now I'm going to switch pipetters, and I'm going to use this pipetter. It's set for 2 microliters. I will put on a tip, and I'm going to add my forward primer and my reverse primer. So here is my forward primer. And I basically go in. 2 microliters is very small, so you have to make sure that you have that 2 microliters in the tip of your pipetter. And the reason you do the more volumes first is so that I can just put that in and then make sure that actually gets into the tube and into my PCR mixture. Next then I'm going to take 2 microliters of my reverse primer. Okay. Now all of these solutions have been mixed up right before I do it to make sure that everything is all mixed up in there so I can get all the components. I'll put the primer then in. And finally, last thing I have is my DNA. So here's my DNA. And I will then mix it a little bit and make sure that I have 2 microliters of my DNA. Alright, that is now ready to go. And I'm ready to take this to the thermal cycler. Alright, so here is the thermal cycler. This is the machine that is going to perform the PCR. Here is the program for this particular PCR that we are going to run. The program starts here, it goes up to 95 degrees for 5 minutes, continues for another 30 seconds, drops that to 50 degrees for 30 seconds, increases it to 72 degrees for 1 minute. That repeats itself 35 times. After 35 replications of that pattern, it will drop it to 4 degrees, keeping the PCR product at a cool temperature so that the DNA doesn't degrade. So what I'm going to do is open this lid then. I have to push back on that lid to open it up. I'll give you a better look here of the entry. So basically we have the ability to do 96 reactions at the same time. So here's the PCR mixture that I just made up, and I can put it anywhere. I'll just put it right there, in there, close the lid, and then I would just hit start to run this program.